How's everyone doing? Oh, let me just stop this song here. It is Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. I am putting another sock on because it's a little cold in my apartment, and I don't want to get cold feet. That would be really bad. Let me just finish putting this on now. Come on. All right, now we're ready to rumble. I As I alluded to earlier today, uh, I don't have that much ready tonight. Tonight's going to be a pretty chill stream for a chill crowd. Um, last time I thought that I was underprepared for the stream, it ended up going long for non-technical reasons. So let's see what tonight gives. Actually, this is um, a good thing to start off with because uh, there's only one of you here right now live. Uh, and I'm assuming if you're here live, you're like a big enough of a fan to care about this stuff. People don't usually care about housekeeping shit. Um, and if you're watching this later in the VOD, it's only going to be a couple minutes. Just wanted to lay out the vision that I have for this channel, like on a technical level. Long story short, I know that I'm starting this stream with without a proper anything. My laptop camera and gaming headset. Just wanted to let you know that I have a couple things that I'm saving up for. The first thing I absolutely need is an external hard drive. That can't wait. That has to be the next thing that I get, the first thing that I get. I've already run into storage issues multiple times. And it has nothing to do with this stream. It kind of would have happened anyway. I was on that path. So that's got to come first. And then I'm going to save up for a proper mic. Hopefully, by the time I get the hard drive, I'll know which kind of mic I want. And then, last but not least, a proper webcam. So that is the plan. And let's just say that if I accomplish all this by the end of the year, it will be a wild success. I don't know how long it's going to take, but that's the overall plan. Told you it was going to be fast. Um, the other thing that I wanted to just share, just give a nod to Daft Punk. If you didn't hear, they announced their retirement yesterday in a very a very Daft Punk way, I gotta say. Um, yeah, it's gonna be. We'll always have the memories, and their legacy is undeniable. Uh, I'm surprised at how few albums they had, and as one of the it's funny. One of the things that I bring up when I talk about how intellectual property is a bullshit non-concept is the notion that it strikes me as odd that you can just write one hit song and then just retire and not do anything else and keep getting dividends on that. It's a bit weird, but if any band has been successful enough to pull it off at so early into their career, it's Daft Punk. And who knows, they can probably come out of retirement Michael Jordan style. What else did I want to talk about? Ooh, um, I gotta say, okay, yeah, two things, and then we can go into the first segment. So, uh, I don't know if you heard, but this is kind of a follow up to the Gina Carano video that I did last week. But there was, where is it? Let me just get it up. Hi-yo! That's not what I meant. Get your mind out of the gutter. Where are you? It's too long to find. So basically, Gina Carano was interviewed by Ben Shapiro on Sunday, and I watched it, and it's going to be really. I can't wait to see what movie she's gonna make. I think that there is a trap that lies in wait for most, if not all, artists. And I suspect. Well, here's the thing: if Gina tries to advance her narrative in that movie, it's gonna be super cringe. The like it's obvious, and I gotta say, it is. How can I say this? It's surprising how long it takes to learn your craft enough where you can advance a narrative without being preachy. It's a very fine line that that's very difficult to walk. Like on one hand, you're too subtle, so what you really want to express as, I think the world is like this. If you're too subtle, it'll fly over people's heads. But if you're not subtle enough, you're fucking preaching. I think a show that overall does this well is Brooklyn Nine Nine. What I like about Brooklyn Nine Nine is that when they do social commentary that's preachy, it's usually in the form of one passing line that is immediately moved on from, and it happens rarely enough where it doesn't really bother you if the kind of thing that they're preaching doesn't isn't like right in your wheelhouse. The part of the reason preaching is so annoying is that if you're not already on board, it'll tend to close you off even more to the message, right? And I think Brooklyn Nine Nine walks that balance well. But the bottom line is if Gina, who's on the record as being conservative, if she tries to do that, it's going to be super cringe for sure. Uh, Hold on, take your foot off the gas. And the final thing that I want to talk about, where are you? Oh yeah, I actually already opened it. I got me a major dose of cognitive dissonance today, which is really strange. What's strange isn't the fact that I got it, it's the fact that I could feel it. And it's kind of obvious. I'll just demonstrate real quick. Let me just go on Twitter and find the tweet. Wait, just going to bring this back up. There we go. Richard. Okay. So he couldn't have scrolled this that long ago. Where is it? Jeez. I'll spare you that meme. Hey, where is it? He tweeted it today. Let me at least show you what. There we go. Where is it? Where is it? It was a retweet from today. Hmm. No, that's not the vaccine thing. Maybe he deleted the tweet. Yeah. It's not kids in cages anymore. It's minors in migrant facilities. All right. Well, it's gonna take too long for me to find it. But basically, he tweeted a link to an article about the effects of vitamin C and D on COVID, and I have a plugin called Ground News, which I fucking recommend, and I'll bring it up again later. The the thing is when the article that he linked, since I have the plugin, it linked to the I could easily access the aggregation that Ground News had done already. And if you were here a couple weeks ago or watched the VOD, you saw me give a presentation on my strategy for COVID and how I'm leaning heavy on supplementation to boost my immune system. And after seeing this tweet, I clicked on the Ground News aggregation, and this is what greeted me. Study: zinc, vitamin C have no effect on COVID 19 infection. Oh, jeez. So, you know, for something like this, I was like, fuck, who am I to argue with doctors, right? So, what I did naturally, after after getting over the initial, I wouldn't say shock would be too big of a term. I actually went and found the study, which of course, I've gone on this rant before, during these streams. Like, most people have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, even when they read a study, like a study on the effects of treatment A, B, or C on COVID, for sure is going to be like far beyond my ability to understand it. But let me, well, no, I'll spend a couple seconds trying to find it. Let me just go here, read. There's a link to the PDF right here. So, all right, where is it? Here. All right, there it is. So the actual study is effective high dose zinc and ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is vitamin C. That's what that is, in case you didn't know. Versus usual care, blah blah blah. The thing to keep in mind is, here it is. This was a multi-center, single health system randomized clinical factorial open label trial, which is very wordy. This is why most people don't go beyond the abstract. But the thing to keep in mind is that this was a study of people who already had COVID and had it bad enough that they actually had to go receive medical care. So this doesn't have anything to do with prevention. This study doesn't even talk about that. However, yeah, I'm not going to argue with scientists on their own data, but the long the main takeaway right here is oof, I zoomed in too much there. Wait, there we go. The main takeaway is uh, there was no significant difference in secondary outcomes among treatment groups. So, yeah, if you get COVID and you haven't been supplementing, that might be too little too late. All right, let's go into our first segment. Let's see here. I'm going to prepare for it. Honestly, I'm not really confident in this segment, but maybe it'll. I've surprised myself in the past. We'll see what this gives. Uh, okay. Oh, I think I know why that's not working. Okay, I'm gonna do something real quick. Accept. Oh, I know why. Oh, you know what? It's going to be simpler to just look for it. So, no. Shit. Okay, if you're watching this in the VOD later, sorry for the delay, but it's going to be simpler for me to just log in to my Pocket to get the article. Log in. Good, I'm in. Never. Remember, passwords is evil. I don't care what anyone says. All right, there's the article. Let me get out of here. Close this. All right. Okay. Let me just hit record and then we'll see what happens. All right. I know this is going to surprise you, but there's a lot of information out there that's not true. Some people might even call it fake news. Uh, and the other day, I stumbled onto an article which I would like to go over with you. I don't know if I'm going to read the whole thing or not, but it was really interesting, and I'd like to go over it here. New study. Social media's alleged anti. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Holy shit! Abort! Abort! Holy shit! Let me stop recording. Hey, Mr. Kaufman. Uh, Wait, let me get the right article. That the article that you just saw was from the same author that I thought was interesting enough to. It was interesting enough to go over later, which is why I saved it to my pocket, and I clicked on the wrong one. So I'm not going to redo the introduction since the recording that I had, I'll fix it in post. I've done it before, baby. All right. So here's the article that I would like to cover with you. Why using Facebook and YouTube should require a media literacy test. This is an article by Mark Sullivan, whom I'd never heard of before. There's one piece of props that I'll give right away. This article is posted in the POV section, which I'm assuming means point of view. I'm not. I've never been opposed to journalists like giving their opinions on shit. I just want them clearly identified as editorials, which this seems to be. It'd be funny if POV meant something else, but yeah. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, the subtitle I won't read. Let's go right into the article, baby. We're doing it. We don't let people begin operating motor vehicles until they've taken driver's education and then a test for a very good reason. Vehicles are dangerous to drivers, passengers, and pedestrians. Let me make this bigger for you. Yeah, that's good. There we go. Social networks and the misleading and harmful content they circulate are dangerous for society too. So some amount of media literacy education and a test should be a condition of using them. Now, right out of the gate, this is a persuasion fail. Pro tip: analogies are not persuasive due to the very nature of what an analogy is. When you're the thing that you're comparing to the other thing uh, by analogy will necessarily be different. And the reason that when you try to persuade someone using an analogy, the first thing that they're gonna say, they're gonna bring up the things that are different. So yeah, the main thing that an analogy is good for is to introduce a new concept to people. They're great for that. So if Mark's goal was to introduce what social media literacy is, then okay, that's good. But if this is to lay the groundwork for persuasion, no. Let's move on. Social media companies like Facebook and Twitter would surely object to such an idea. Yup. Calling it onerous and extreme, but they willfully misunderstand the enormity of the threat that misinformation poses to democratic society. I'd say that risk is generalized. For sure, people believing falsehoods that they read online can lead to some bad shit. The Capitol riot, okay. The Capitol riot gave us a glimpse of the kind of America misinformation helped create and illustrates why it is so dangerous. On January 6th, the nation witnessed an unprecedented attack on our seat of government that resulted in 7 deaths and lawmakers fearing for their lives. The rioters who caused this mayhem planned their march on the Capitol on social networks, true, including Facebook groups, and were stirred to violent action by months of disinformation and conspiracy theories about the presidential election, which they believe redacted, which they believe redacted. While the big social networks have made significant investments in countering misinformation, removing all of it or even most of it may be impossible. Yeah, of course, it's I'm sure you've heard this stat before, but specifically for YouTube, the the sheer amount of data that's uploaded to YouTube, it's something like 48 hours of content is uploaded every minute or something like that. Like I'm pulling these numbers out of my ass, but it's really that scope. And to monitor that is it just doesn't track, which is why you need a machine to do it, which opens the door to either a bunch of false positives or a bunch of false negatives, because machines, aren't that good at reading context, which is why I said redacted earlier up here. So yeah, that's why it's time to shift the focus from efforts to curb misinformation and its spread to giving people tools to recognize and reject it. That's a legitimate concern. More on that later. Media literacy should certainly be taught in schools, but this type of training should also be made available at the place where the people actually encounter misinformation on social networks. Large social networks that distribute news and information should require users to take a short media literacy course, then a quiz before logging in. Um, Geez, maybe like let me just finish this paragraph and then I'll riff a little. The social networks, if necessary, should be compelled to do this by force of law. Jesus Christ. Um, well, that you know, you're wait. Let me just you you go off in the ditch right here, and then you just slam on the gas right here. This is so fucked up. But yeah, the what I was gonna say, maybe I think this is a terrible idea. I think the notion of getting acquiring the skill of media literacy is crucial. Uh, no doubt about that. The thing is, to require a course and a quiz before logging in is insane. A milder version of this might be when you create your account, and maybe for people, if such a thing were implemented for already existing accounts to like get that the next time they log in, maybe. But no, this should be other people's responsibility, as I'm sure no one watching this is surprised to hear that my position is. Let's move on. So far, we've relied on the big social networks to protect their users from misinformation. They use AI to locate and delete, label, or reduce the spread of the misleading content. The law even provides social networks protection from being sued for content moderation decisions they make. I'm not a law expert, but yeah, I've heard this being said many times. But relying on social networks to control misinformation clearly isn't enough. First of all, the tech companies that run social media networks often have a financial incentive to let misinformation remain. The content serving algorithms they use favor hyperpartisan and often half true or untrue content because it consistently gets the most engagement from in the form of likes, shares, and comments by users. Absolutely. There's no doubt that. I mean, I don't think this is a controversial take. I think it's pretty well known that the incentives for and not just social media companies, tabloid-esque news blogs slash websites have similar incentives to trigger like anger and fear to get like get them clicks, baby. So yeah, it's good for business, absolutely. Sadly. Second, large social networks are being forced into an endless process of expanding censorship as propagandists and conspiracy theory believers find more ways to spread false content. Facebook and other companies like Parler have learned that taking a purist approach to free speech, i.e., allowing any speech that isn't legal under US law, isn't practical in digital spaces. Censorship of some kinds of content is responsible and good. I'm Geez, there's a lot to unpack on this one. You know what? I'm going to copy paste it here. Hopefully, I don't forget to circle back to it. Uh, Come on. There we go. Okay. So, in its latest capitulation, Facebook announced on Monday that it will bar any posts of debunked theories about vaccines, including ones for COVID-19, such as that they cause autism. The vaccines cause autism meme is super old, older than Facebook. But it's impossible for even well meaning censors to keep up with the endless ingenuity of disinformation's purveyors. Do they go into. Just in case they don't go into the. Wait. Yeah. Good. Just in case they don't go into it, I just want to cover real quick the difference between misinformation and disinformation, which is really simple. Disinformation is intentional. Misinformation is accidental. It's really that simple. So, yeah, well-meaning censors trying to play cat and mouse with disinfo agents, that's a legit concern. Yeah. There are logistical and technical reasons for that. Facebook relies on 15,000, mostly contract content moderators to police the posts of its 2.7 billion users worldwide. Okay. And it is increasingly turning into AI models. Oh wait, it is increasingly turning to AI models to find and moderate harmful or false posts. But the company itself admits that these AI models can't even comprehend some types of harmful speech, such as within memes or video. Yeah, I'll remind you of how I said redacted earlier about that thing we're not supposed to say on YouTube. Yeah, it cuts both ways, man. Understanding the premise of a meme, I get it's. I don't think that's something that you can digitize. Certainly not anytime soon. So yeah, it's the never-ending battle. That's why it may be better to help consumers of social content detect and reject misinformation and refrain from spreading it. Okay, now they slip back to misinformation. Whatever. I have recommended that the platforms do media literacy training directly on their sites, says disinformation and content moderation researcher Paul Barrett, despite deputy director of NYU Stern Center for Business and Human Rights. There's also the question of should there be a media literacy button on the site staring you in the face so that a user can access media literacy data at any time. You see, this is probably the best take of this entire article. I would have no problem with some, you know, here's how to fact check things, just floating there on Facebook that people will eventually ignore for sure. But because again, it's a valid concern, which I will elaborate on after reading this article. So, a quick primer. Social media users, young and old, desperately need tools to recognize both misinformation. Okay, cool. So, misinformation, false content spread innocently out of ignorance of facts, and disinformation, false content knowingly spread for political and financial reasons. I think the reasons are irrelevant, but I'll let it slide. Actually, yeah, those would be the two main motivations to do it anyway. So I think I'm splitting hairs here, including the skills to uncover who created a piece of content and analyze why. This right here is the key to the skill, really. Yeah, you know what? I will copy paste this also so that I don't forget to circle back to it. There we go. Cool. These are important elements of media literacy, which also involves the ability to cross check information with additional sources, evaluate the credibility of authors and sources, recognize the presence or lack of rigorous journalistic standards, and create and/or share media in a manner reflective of its credibility according to the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and okay, UNESCO. Packaging a toolkit of basic media literacy tools, perhaps specific to news literacy, and presenting them directly on social media sites serves two purposes. It arms social media users with practical media literacy tools to analyze what they're seeing and also puts them on alert that they're likely to encounter biased or misleading information on the other side of the login screen. Man, if you don't know that you're likely to encounter misleading information, I don't know what you're even doing on social media. Like Jesus Christ, uh, it's like it's like you know, it's quite possible that you get into an accident once you leave your home and go driving on the road. Like who doesn't know this? Jesus Christ. All right. That's important because not only do social networks make misleading or untrue content available, they serve it up in a way that can disarm a user's bullshit detector. Thus, the necessity to strengthen it, which is in part the premise of this article. The algorithms used by the likes of Facebook and YouTube favor content that's likely to elicit an emotional, often partisan response from the user. And if a member of Party A encounters a news story about a shameful act committed by the leader in Party B, they may believe it and then share it without noticing that the ultimate source of the information is Party A. Oof. This happens a lot more often than one would like. And How intimately tied is the source to party A? That's another interesting question. Let's move on. Often, the creators of such content bend or completely break the truth to maximize the emotional or partisan response. This works really well on social networks. A 2018 Massachusetts MIT study of Twitter content found that falsehoods are 70% more likely to get retweeted than truth, and falsehoods spread to reach 1,500 people about 6 times faster than truth does. Jesus, that's that's pretty bad. I know there's that saying, a lie can go around the world 3 times before the truth can is done lacing its shoes or whatever. Man, that's a shame. But media literacy training also works. The RAND Corporation conducted a review of available research on the efficacy of media literacy education and found ample evidence across numerous studies that research subjects became less likely to fall for false content after various amounts of media literacy training. Yeah, this is like martial arts. So this is no surprise. Like a study found that people were more likely to avoid getting hurt in bar fights after taking martial arts classes. Yep, makes sense. Other organizations, including the American Academy of Pediatrics, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and the European Commission, have reached similar conclusions and have strongly recommended media literacy training in schools. If you're going to do it somewhere, my thoughts on schools as an institution will be left for another day. But if you were to teach something, I wouldn't mind teaching it there, which is probably why you'll never see it there. Facebook has already taken some steps to embrace media literacy. It has partnered with the Pointer Institute to develop media literacy training tools for kids, millennials, and seniors. Yeah, seniors need it too. Jesus Christ, I was right on the border of growing up before the internet, and yeah, people older than me are even more fucked. The company also donated $1 million to the News Literacy Project, which teaches students to scrutinize the sourcing of an article, make and critique news judgments, detect and dissect viral rumors, and recognize confirmation bias. Oof, recognizing confirmation bias is that task is much bigger than people realize. Um, just just I hate to burst your bubble, but there's absolutely no difference. Oh wait, I was thinking cognitive dissonance. Okay, here's what I was gonna say. There's no difference between cognitive dissonance and accurately perceiving the world from the perspective of the person experiencing cognitive dissonance. But this is not about cognitive dissonance. This is about confirmation bias. So I'm the dog here. I was wrong. I got triggered. Facebook also hosts a media literacy library at its site. I checked it out earlier today. It's their courses. So to take one of these would be too long, but it's interesting. I'm all for it. But it's all voluntary. Probably why I'm all for it. Requiring a training course and a quiz as a condition of admittance to the site is something different. The platforms would be very hesitant to do that because they'd worry about turning away users and cutting down on engagement, says NYU's Barrett. Rightfully so. If these social networks won't act voluntarily, they might be compelled to require media. Oh, jeez. By a regulatory body like the FTC. Ugh. From a regulatory perspective, this might be easier to accomplish than moving Congress to require social media literacy education in public schools. Well, yeah, like the sledgehammer would be quicker on the Facebook end than on the public schools end for sure. Whew. Moving on. It might also be a more focused way of mitigating the real risks posted posed by Facebook compared to other proposals such as breaking up the company or removing its shield against lawsuits stemming from user content. This would destroy the internet. If this sentence means what I think it means, that that can't happen. We don't want that. Americans became aware of misinformation when the Russians weaponized Facebook to interfere in the 2016 election. But while Robert Mueller's report proved that the Russians spread misinformation, the line of causality between that and actual voting decisions remained blurry. Understandable. For many Americans, January 6th made disinformation's threat to our democracy real. Man, I sense some slippery rhetoric between the Russians spreading misinformation in 2016 and the disinformation that led to January 6th. I sense some shady rhetoric being used here. But let's move on. Um, as more tangible as more tangible harm is directly caused by misinformation on social networks, it'll become even more clear that people need some help fine tuning their bullshit detectors before logging on. Like, this whole focus on before logging on is the red herring here. This is good any day, which is why, and I'll switch back to full camera here. I fucking love the idea of media literacy. I will find it right here because there's a YouTube channel called Crash Course. And the way Crash Course works is they post. Oh shit. Okay. So yeah, the way Crash Course works is they post all sorts of series on courses on different topics. And oh man, when did I see this? It was uh, it was roughly a year ago. Wait, where is it? There was no, it's not media studies. Anyway, um, I'm disappointed that it's harder to find than I would like it to be. But there is a oh, okay, now I see it. Let me just go here like that. That should do it. There we go. Okay. I saw a there we go. Navigating digital information. Let me just click on this. Um, I will link to this below. Uh, Hey Frank, I will link to this in the show notes to the VOD and in this video. I strongly recommend this series. It is you know 1 to 2 hours of total length, and this is fucking phenomenal. Just to give you a a summary of what the takeaways of this course are. It's basically don't stick to the first page of Google. Like when you search something on Google, first of all, getting into the habit of searching for things on Google, and also when you do search for things on Google, don't just click on the first couple links, and also to get a sense of like they said in the article, like to get a sense of who this news source is, and that usually will give you an idea of why this particular piece of content was being made. Like applying this very concept to Fast Company here, which I couldn't find much about. I did Google Mark Sullivan here, and I didn't see any red flags. I mean, this is a pretty standard journalistic acumen. Uh, you know, Wired, Al Jazeera, CNN, ABC News, CNET, and many others. So this clearly labeled editorial here was written by your run-of-the-mill standard journalist, which kind of explains why he's asking for the government to step in and make it mandatory for social media companies to do this. Jesus Christ. Um, so yeah, hopefully you found this interesting. That's going to be the end of this video. If you're watching this, I do these streams every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you drop a like to this video. That is the best thing to do to help me out. And yeah, I hope to see you next Tuesday, and you enjoy the rest of your day. You know, I might end up uploading that. We'll see. Uh, oh, this isn't screen share. This is window capture. The dead giveaway that this is window capture is that well, you can't see my cursor, but right here, right here is a blue strip instead of my actual taskbar. That's like the image that I put in the background. This thing. So yeah, window capture is much more optimized than screen share. But one thing is for sure, I've tweaked my OBS settings to better handle watching YouTube on YouTube. So that's going to be cool. Going through that article took a lot longer than I thought it would, but yeah, the reason I'm saying that is I had a whole other rant that I wanted to go into, but maybe we'll do that some other time. One thing that I know that I want to do. I am playing a day of Stardew Valley, and it is 10:45 right now. This is the perfect time to do it. Um, oh yeah, I briefly mentioned Carano's appearance on Ben Shapiro. If me talking about that is what reminded you of that, you know, I wish her well. I just hope that she doesn't fall into the trap of advancing her ideology through cinema, because if she tries that, it's going to be super cringe for sure. It's really hard to advance your worldview through an art form without being preachy. You really need, like in improv, it took me at least 2 years before I even had an idea of how to do it. It was really hard, and I would either be too subtle or straight up preachy, which is the opposite of what you want. So you know, I wish her the best. Of course, you know me. My superpower is I'm willing to publish shitty things. So maybe wait, especially hard for right wingers to make right wing art. Well, I don't know how hard it is to make the art, but you know, it's a right wing, like it's all this right wing echo chamber. You know, the very how can I say this? The very echo chambers that we criticize the left for. I say we, that people often criticize the left for being in their little you know, echo chamber safe spaces and shit, or ivory towers in the case of academia. That you know, Gina Carano making a Gina Carano making a movie with Ben Shapiro after being canceled for a right wing view would be right along those lines. So it would definitely be risky. Let me just boost up the volume for y'all, because when I play, I listen to my own copyrighted music. There we go. How's the auto for that? Can you hear music? Because in my, oh wait, that's why. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let me I don't know if left-wing media. I don't know the impact of left right wing ideology on the hero's journey has anything to do with anything. Um, there's a lot that's changed since the last time I played on stream. I married Penny. In summer, the ants become very active. I could watch them for hours. They have a pretty complex civilization from the looks of it. There we go. I married Penny and we have a kid. I am surprised. I'm surprised by how little impact children have in Stardew Valley. Like, honestly, first of all, in the tradition of naming my dog Doggy and naming my horse Horsey, I named my kid Junior. And like, he literally, like, at first, all he did was sleep in his crib, and then now he just crawls around in the house. We'll see what happens, but whatever. Let's see the reports. Welcome to Kozu 5, your number one source for weather news and entertainment. It's going to be beautiful sunny day tomorrow. Nice. Fortune teller. I see a glimmer within my scrying orb. The spirits are very displeased today. They will be their best to make your life difficult. Alright, so... wait, actually, this might be a good thing. Let me see here. So I need 2 green algae. Maybe I'll go fishing today. Okay, today is Tuesday, so I'm not going to go down there. Let's do this. Oh, the other thing that changed... I've started getting enough iridium to get some iridium tools, notably a pickaxe and a watering can. It takes so long. It takes so long to get iridium. It's insane. And Frank, Kitty is Kitty would be a great bullshit name for another kid. Like, if me and Penny have another kid, maybe I will name him Kitty. We'll see. There we go. All right, so crops are watered. Let's go here. All right. Let's pet the chickens and the rabbits and the ducks. I'm not a speciesist. There we go. Grab some eggs. All right, let's go out here. Let y'all eat. Yes. There we go. Are my cows happy? Yes. Nice. And finally, the pigs. All right. Oh yeah. Pigs are the moneymakers in a farm. They detect they uncover truffles, and truffles make you mucho dinero. Frank, you just made me laugh, but I'm not reading that out loud. This is, you know how in well, I don't know how familiar you are with this culture, and you is plural here. Sometimes when you say something a little too edgy, uh, you tack on the words in Minecraft to make it like I'm gonna destroy you in Minecraft, to just avoid the TOS or to avoid getting in trouble. So as far as slave animals goes, this is literally in Minecraft, or an equivalent thereof, because Minecraft is a clearly one of the things that went in to inspire Stardew Valley. All right, let's see here. Are these Harvestable, yes. Oh shit, I didn't plant anything here. Okay. Shit, I don't know what I want. So for now, I think I'm good. I'm just gonna plant. I think I'm just gonna plant beets. No, I don't even have enough beets. Okay, let me see here. Fuck. Okay, let's go with amaranth. 7 days, not so bad. I just don't want to waste your time going back and forth. Um, the just to be clear, how the greenhouse works in Stardew Valley, like there are 4 seasons, and every every season has crops that are in season. So what I do at the beginning of each season, because right now it's the second day of summer. So what I did at the end of spring, I like to just in the greenhouse in this chest right here, I like to store out of season seeds. So now I just didn't do the transfer correctly. Yeah. All right. Let's do some truffles. There we go. So yeah, truffles on their own are they make you nice cash, but when you turn them into truffle oil, they make you even more cash. No, I don't want to eat a peach. Come on. Okay, there we go. Oh shit, my inventory is full. Okay, that's fine. I'll grab the rest shortly. Uh, oh, I know what I'm going to do. Do it this way. And then... Wait, why? This is really weird. Okay, I'm just going to do that. I'll sort that out off stream. So now... Okay, now I get it. There we go. So now it makes sense. And now this is the way I like it. All right. Let me go here. It's 1 p.m. already. Jesus Christ, time flies by. Yeah, these fruits. Good job, Sid. That podcast was great in Minecraft. Fuck you too, Frank. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm getting roasted in Minecraft. Oh jeez. Okay. Let me put. I don't know why there's no music outside. That's weird. It's weird to me. All right, this, this. And I have some wool that I need to put in this loom or whatever it's called. Here. I don't know what this is called. All right. I already pet my animals, James, if you know what I mean. All right, yeah, I have some excess hay, so let me wait. Hey James, how long have you been here? Well, actually, it doesn't really matter. The in case you missed it, for those of you just joining us, um, since the last time I played, I got married and have a kid, and I don't put much thought in naming these literal NPCs. So, if in case you forgot, I named my dog Doggy and my horse Horsey, and my kid is named Junior right here. And Frank had the awesome suggestion of naming him Kitty, which if Penny and I have another kid, maybe I'll name him Kitty. My initial my initial plan was to name all my children Junior and then just add a U with every subsequent child, like Junior, and the fourth kid is Junior, etc., etc. Come on. Okay. So, oh yeah. Okay, so my two main focuses in Stardew Valley are fishing and getting iridium, because there's this thing called a community center, and come on, I've completed I've completed everything in the community center except for the fish tank. And to complete the fish tank, you need to catch specific fish, which I don't have the patience to do. But it's a good time. Right now, the what I was hoping what I was hoping to get fishing is shit. The reason I'm fishing today is because it's an unlucky day and I need green algae, which I'm assuming I'm going to catch more of by fishing today. But now I keep, like, every hit is a legitimate hit, so I don't know. Jeez, another real hit. Are you sure this day is unlucky? I'm like batting 4 and 0 or something. All right, let me just catch up on the chat here. Uh, I've been here for about 10 and was doing my homework. Oh, I was your workout soundtrack. Awesome. Nice. I gotta say, quite I'm particularly happy to see y'all here, um, because like at 10, like during the first 10 minutes of the stream, I was legitimately worried that I would have to like talk on my own to zero people for the whole hour, which I'm totally willing to do. That's fine. That's part of the game, you know. But and I've done it before actually. My first stream had one silent watcher who didn't say anything, which is fine. But yeah, that was the equivalent. I streamed for that whole hour to no people, and I was such a noob that I accidentally recorded over my own VOD. So that stream is lost forever, sadly. Getting some hard wood, if you know what I mean. I'm clearly tired. That joke wasn't that funny. Oh boy. All right. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Okay. Yeah. This game is rated M for mature. Does Penny have a boat, and does it go to the island? Only relevant if you've watched Lost. I did watch Lost, and I don't remember it enough to remember that. Um, I guess the answer to your question is no. Penny's really sweet. Like if you're Penny is essentially Betty from Archie comics. Like she's just wholesome and sweet, and just nice. Like to give you an idea, her day job is she's a tutor, and yeah, they're like these two kids in Stardew Valley that she tutors. That truffle is outside the gate. I have to repair my gate. Let's do that now, actually. Getting my shed. Ooh, got more bait ready. Wait, good. And good. This is what I want. All right. Well, since I'm here, I'm just gonna pick up my mayonnaise and cheese, if you know what I mean. Uh, Whoops. There we go. I'll drop that off in the delivery chute later. Okay, so pick this up here. Fix this, fix this. Boom. Fixed fence. Oh yeah, I should unload in these in my chests. Your face, your face in the camera was funny. Oh, thanks. Let's just unload here. Nothing. You. Oh shit, I forgot to unload my truffles. Okay, let me just put that here. I like to put my truffles in the same chest that has the oil machines. I can't rationally explain why I keep the oil machines here and everything else outside, but that's just how I do it, baby. Oh, I just thought of why. Because when corn is out of season, I can grow corn in the greenhouse and turn it into oil. Oh yeah, let me load the bait on my rod. Boom, boom, done. It's a little unnerving how easy it is to make 18 plus jokes with this game. Well, now that I think about it, it's not that complicated. It's uh, it's kind of a trope within improv scenes that if you have a scene in a zoo, um, it's just a scene about animals fucking and shitting. So since this is a farm sim, it's not that big of a surprise. So the reason I'm abandoning Horsey here right now is because I have this return scepter which changes the game and I want to do something at the beach. So instead of riding to the beach and riding back, I'm going to use this totem to warp to the beach and then I'll use the return scepter to return home. Let me just go here. Rainbow shell. That's 10:40 p.m. in the game. Yeah, it's already past 11 in real life. Oh. I need coral to make more totems to warp to the beach, so I'm not going to sell those. And that's it for now. This isn't even why I came here, but foraging is a nice bonus. All right, let me go right here. This is what I was here for. So, oh yeah, let me take the bait off because there we go. There we go. So now I'll put these back on my rod and go home. All right. Yeah, it's midnight. Don't worry about it, buddy. Don't worry about it. Oh, great. Oh, I just have one extra piece of trash. That's fine. No, actually, I think I'm just gonna sell these. Oh no, the coral, the coral. Oh, I have a diamond ready. That's nice. These are jewel makers or whatever. The idea is you put a jewel in it, and then it eventually duplicates that jewel. That's what the ruby from earlier today was, and that's what this diamond is right now. Hey, later, Frank. Later, Binky. Thanks for watching. Yeah, this day is over very quickly too. So yeah, your timing is almost perfect. Okay. Let me just go back to the pond here. Yeah, I know, I know. Okay, good. So this is it. So it's this one right here. Nice. What I just did is too long to explain, and you know what? I'm just teleporting to my front door. Why ride to my front door like some peasant? Penny, of course, is already in bed. And there you go. Go to sleep for the night, yes. Good. All right. Let me just exit the title here. Thank you. That's going to be the end of the stream. Um, Again, I'm really glad that y'all could join on the fun. Uh, Let me just do this and start the outro music again. If you're watching this later on the VOD and somehow are still watching, drop a like to this video. And if you're here live, actually, liking this live stream is the most helpful thing you could do to me, for me. I'm in Stardew Valley mode. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I do these every Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I'll see you next time.